patriotic, and it has changed my life. I'm a fan of his ever since. I love this collection. Of his most legendary supermodels and more. The four queens of the runway. Fashion, New York Fashion Week is right around the corner. Librarian tonight, and that's because I came to read a bitch. Jaja's Atelier, bitch. Welcome back, guys, to a brand new episode of Jaja's Atelier. It's your girl. Listen, I told y'all I was not going to cover the Olympics. I wasn't even planning on coming on today, but it's so much going on. You can't go anywhere without hearing about the Paris Olympics. And I have to start the show off on a positive note by saying, huge congratulations are in order to the queen, the GOAT, Simone Biles. She made history today as captain of the USA women's gymnastics team, winning yet another gold medal. Team USA took home the gold, and that made Simone Biles the most decorated Olympic gymnast in history. And I made a post about it earlier on social media. I'll just read it to you. The definition of tunnel vision. Simone Biles has become the most decorated gymnast in Olympic history as Team USA took home the gold medal at the U.S. Olympics gymnastics competition today in Paris. Her story, her determination, her almost incomparable ability to tune out negativity, her humility and talent, and undeniable talent, excuse me. Oops, I lost my way. An undeniable talent has been nothing short of an inspirational pleasure to so many. Her image and presence, especially during these dark times when people of color, in all, in quotes, women of color, are being made to seem inadequate and incapable. This woman is proof that we are the glass ceiling. Huge congratulations to Simone Biles. And she did all this with a calf injury. So, listen, we have watched Simone Biles grow from a fresh-faced young girl to a grown married woman. She has faced sexual harassment. She has faced racism. She has faced people coming for her marriage and talking about her husband. And to be able to have all of that static around your name and all over the headlines on all the blogs, and to still be able to win the gold medal, she's an inspiration to me. So huge congratulations to Simone Biles. Also, last week, I forgot to talk about Celine Dion. Celine Dion made a triumphant return in Paris over the weekend. I am so sorry to the queen, honey. As you guys know, she suffers from stiff person's disease, which is really crippling and debilitating. I watched the documentary that she had on Amazon, and it was so sad to see her like that. And she's another woman that just inspirational, absolutely inspirational. And she was wearing this beautiful custom Dior gown with which a lot of fashion insiders are saying is going to be, it's going to be one of those gowns like Princess Diana's wedding dress. We're going to remember it, you know, for decades to come. It was such a monumental moment. Also during the Olympics, we got a cute little Sex and the City reunion with Jennifer Hudson and Sarah Jessica Parker. You know, Jennifer Hudson was in the first Sex and the City movie playing Carrie Bradshaw's assistant. So I really thought it was cute to see them together, and, you know, I thought it was a cute moment. Also, let me tell y'all something. Y'all gonna stop coming for my girl Serena. Cause, honey, Serena slayed the girls today in Stella McCartney, honey. She was giving body. She was giving face. She was giving honey blonde hair, honey. The legs were just dipped in chocolate a la fiesta. I mean, it was just giving me life. Serena, listen. I think what happened with Serena Williams is she completely switched out her glam team. That's what it looks like. I think she switched out her stylist, and everybody on her glam team in the last couple of years. And when you are a celebrity and you have a specific glam team around you, you get used to that team. And this is one of the other reasons why I'm so enamored with the Kardashians too. They keep different stylists, different makeup artists, and they all use the same group of people, but it's so many on the Kardashian glam team. It's, you'll never, have to go through that awkward phase of getting used to the new stylist, used to the new makeup artist. And I think that's what happened here with Serena Williams. But honey, they've been getting it right since the Olympics. And I mean, there was times when she didn't look so good, and there was times when I thought she looked great. Like at the Vanity Fair party this year in that off-white look. I thought she looked amazing. Listen, what I didn't like is people coming for her physical looks. Like, her shoulders, her face, It's one thing to come after the clothes, but to keep on coming after this woman, I'm sorry, my tits are lopsided again. I think I figured it out, guys. It's the angle of the camera. I'm sorry. But guys, how do you love this top? This is Custom Antonelli Couture by me. I love doing that. Anyway, but yeah, I just don't think, can we just lay the Serena slander to rest? She looks the fuck good. She's married. She's got the babies. She's the queen of all sports, if you ask me. She's like, her and her sister are like, it doesn't get bigger in female sports than Serena and Venus Williams. Also for the Olympics, I have to send, let me pull it up, a huge shout out to Flavor Flav. Flavor Flav has sponsored the U.S. women's water polo team. He's in Paris right now at the Olympics. Here's a video of him meeting our First Lady, Jill Biden. And, a lot of people were like, oh, he doesn't need to be involved in Women After Flavor of Love. Listen, that was 20 years ago. Like, literally, 20 years ago. You know what I mean? So, and aside from Flavor of Love, Flavor Flav is actually a beloved hip-hop icon. And I think with all the misogyny going on right now, especially with not all, but a lot of black men, I thought this was really great. So huge shout out to Flavor Flav. What's next? What else can we talk about the Olympics before I get to the gusto? I'm gonna keep it light until I get to my last story of the Olympics, and then I'm going in. Also, huge shout out to Daphne Burkey. She is the styling and costumes director of the opening ceremony of the Olympics in Paris. She also is a judge on Drag Race France. And she's also a model. But huge congratulations to her because she used independent French designers to style and come up with the costumes for, the opening of the Olympics, which is huge for them because a lot of these independent fashion labels, they have no money. Like, I remember watching old videos of Andre Leon Talley at John Galliano's first haute couture show, which was sponsored by Anna Wintour and Andre Leon Talley. I even remember Andre Leon Talley saying that one of his high society friends, he asked her, can we use, your estate that you're not using? And, the models brought their own shoes. So something of this magnitude, an event to style and design for an event of this magnitude could bring huge money to these labels that really, really need it, that don't use sweatshops, that don't price gouge their clients. So yes, a huge congratulations and a huge shout out to her. So listen, let's get straight to it. During the opening ceremony of the Olympics, there was a part that many thought was making a mockery of the Last Supper, the painting of Jesus and his disciples at the Last Supper. This was Saturday, I think, when I saw this. Was it Saturday or maybe it was Friday? I can't remember. I had a lot going on this weekend. But I know it really, really made me upset at all the comments I was seeing. Again, it was on all the black blogs posted it. Let me see if I can pull up the picture here. Here is the picture of the Olympics. This is them saying that they are making a mockery of Christianity. A couple of sponsors have pulled out of the Olympics because of this. The parody included members of the LGBTQ plus community. Also, there was a little girl in the mix. And people were just, of course, the usual rhetoric that they use. Oh, they're trying to get the children, God! And all of that. And when I first looked at it, I was like, And then I saw the man with his whole body painted blue. And I was like, well, okay. But the comments were so gross and deplorable and nasty and hateful and trifling and ratchet and pushing false narratives and false stereotypes again on the LGBTQ plus community. When is society going to stop making gay and trans people the scapegoat? Now, so the Olympic Committee released a statement saying that, in fact, it was not a parody of The Last Supper, which, by the way, is a painting by Leonardo da Vinci. So we don't even know if that's what The Last Supper looked like. It's art. But the Olympic Committee came out and said, well, it has nothing to do with Jesus. It has everything to do with the Feast of Dionysus. And I had that picture right here. Now, I was very much so into Greek mythology as a kid back when I was a little boy. I used to love Xena Warrior Princess, Hercules, the original live action show with Kevin Sorbo, and also the Disney movie Hercules. I was obsessed. Like, I had my dad taking me to the toy store. I had every action figurine of Hercules. I thought I was Meg. Like, it was just like, I was obsessed. So I'm very familiar with Greek mythology, and I there was a time in my childhood when I was quite obsessed with it, actually. And so the Feast of Dionysus, Dionysus is the god of wine. And the Feast of Dionysus is actually how they say the Olympics actually started. So they were paying homage to that. And even after releasing the statement and apologizing if anybody was, offended, a lot of you still went in on the gays. And it's just like, oh, this is sacrilegious. But I specifically remember being a kid and watching music videos and seeing Nas protect himself as Jesus, put on a thorned crown and hang himself on a cross in the Hate Me Now video. I think that came out around 96, 97, 98 maybe. I remember, everybody is wearing Yeezys, and there are still people who support Kanye West who has called himself Yeezus. So it's okay as long as the gays don't do it. We have to police the gays. Everybody else can do what the fuck they want. And especially, again, I'm not going to stop saying this because this is my show and I'm going to say what I want. And I don't come with nothing but the truth and my experiences and the reality of things. Black people, I don't know what your gripe is with homosexuals and trans people, but you need to get the fuck over it. Because wishing death on us is not going to keep you alive. Especially during a time when the odds are against all of us in this country. Now, I said it a little spicier on my Instagram stories over the weekend. And, I could see me losing a couple of friends during this election. I'm starting to notice things about people that I never knew before. People that I consider friends. Like, I've been to their weddings, I've been to their homes, I've watched them, have kids, I've been to their baby showers, and they've been to my home, and we've broken bread together, and it's a hurtful feeling. It's very hurtful to see y'all go in like that. And then another thing, I was watching Funky Dineva's live yesterday, and Funky Dineva made a good point. Y'all don't even know y'all own goddamn religion. Where in that picture of Jesus in the Last Supper was there a blue man coming from underneath, a catering dish? That's Dionysus. Y'all don't even know y'all own religion. And it's like, even after they told you and showed you proof, you still want to attack the gays. What is it? Get over it. And again, black people. Never mind black people. Everybody. It seems like we only want to talk about the Bible when it comes to certain things. Because a lot of you that claim to be Christian, again, a lot of you that claim to be Christians, you are driving God's children away from him. And to me, that's worse than any sin you could commit, because you're speaking for God when he didn't ask you to. I was really going to go in, but I already went in on my Instagram stories. I had one of my family members was like, don't go in, but it's just like, it's aggravating. It's frustrating, especially when it's like people, like, God damn, that's how you feel, bitch. I didn't even know. These little buttons are a little lopsided. I haven't worn this top in a while. I think it's just the camera angle. I had the same problem last week. It's the camera angle. Anyway. But yeah, it's like, God damn, I can't hang out with you no more. If that's how you feel about people like me. And then they'll say, oh, but I'm not talking about you. But you are, though. You are. Come on, y'all. I just want to get on here and have fun. We really, these last couple months before this election, we really need to be loving on each other, going out, living it up, being mindful, being respectful of each other, especially us black folk. Because we don't know what's to come January. I'm holding out on hope on Kamala. She's doing her campaign rally right now as we speak, actually. In Atlanta, she's got Quavo up there talking about gun violence. She's got Meg Thee Stallion performing. I was going to talk about it, but this is just a little bit of constructive criticism now, Kamala. We fuss and complain when Trump does it. Pulls the rappers out and stuff. Kamala, you've already got the black vote. Now, I love Meg Thee Stallion. I'm all right with Quavo. But, it needed to be a mixed crowd. It's the white folks you got to worry about. It's upper middle class white folks you need to worry about. And they know who Meg Thee Stallion is, but they don't know who the hell Quavo is. But, for all the people that say that, you can also say, well, she was in Atlanta. Atlanta is black. Like, when you think of Atlanta, you think of Offset, Quavo, Takeoff, God rest his soul. You think of Ciara, Jazzy Faye, Candy Burris, Nene Leakes. Those are the creme de la creme of Atlanta. Some of the creme de la creme of Atlanta. So I can see it on both sides. But, she's raised $200 million in just donations. And it's only been announced, it's been less than 2 weeks. So I'm holding out on hope, y'all. But we really need to We really need to be banding together right now, like seriously. Anyway, on to something a little bit more light, like this red lipstick I have on. So, Andy Cohen. What's going on, Andy? You know, I always come around to my housewives now. Andy Cohen is scrambling to save the sinking franchise that is the Housewives of Everywhere. So we talked about Kenya, you know, basically leaving the show. She left the show. She was accused of showing some inappropriate pictures of one of the new girls on the show. And so it's been announced that Phaedra Parks will be returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Somebody sent this in my DMs and they wanted me to talk about it. So I'm going to talk about it. How do I feel about it? I feel like this is the most desperate motherfucking move you could have ever made. Especially when you just ousted one of the biggest stars of the Atlanta franchise for allegedly, you know, doing something in the same vein that Phaedra did back in season 9 when she accused Kandi of trying to drug and rape Portia. So, and here's the thing about Phaedra. Phaedra is not the same Phaedra that I'm gonna put a side by side up now. Phaedra started the show in season 3 in 2010. She left. I think it was she left in season 9. We've seen her have children on the show. We've seen her married to Apollo Nida on the show. We've seen her divorced on the show. And then she did all that fuck shit with Kandi, and then she went away. She stayed in the headlines long enough to be put on Married to Medicine. But now she's going back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But like I was saying, she's not the same Phaedra that she was when she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let me show you a side by side. And the thing about Phaedra is Phaedra was a great addition to the show at that time. But all of those girls, Phaedra, Kenya, Nene, Portia, Cynthia, Marlo, Sheree, all of those women were good with each other. The problem is you guys are finding any reason. It's like when those black girls become huge stars, all of a sudden you have a problem. Kyle Richards has been on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills since the beginning, and she's still there. The girls from the OC, a lot of those girls are the same girls that were there from the beginning. Y'all have too many people that are gone. Like even Eva Pigford. Eva Pigford could have stayed. I liked Eva. But to bring back Phaedra now after all of these years, what is her storyline going to be? She can't bounce off of Kandi. Well, Kandi not fucking with her anymore anyway. Portia's there, but and not to mention, it's just been announced that Jersey is getting an entire revamp. Andy Cohen has said that he's thinking about all fresh faces, which with Jersey, Andy, here's a couple. I would keep a couple of the girls. Teresa, one more season. Teresa, one more season. Dolores, see how she does this next season, and if it goes great with the new crop of girls that you're going to bring, keep Dolores. Keep Margaret and bring back Jackie. Fresh faces, we need 4 new girls. But keep Teresa, Dolores, Jackie, and Margaret. And I guarantee you'll have a hit. And the girls that you pick, the new girls, these fresh faces, They don't need to be as young as these girls that y'all got on here now. You know, the Jennifer, the Fuda girl and the Danielle girl. Like, they belong on Jersey Shore somewhere. I can't stand that Fuda girl. Ugh. I think it's time to just end it for real. I think all the housewives do one more season of every housewife franchise and bring back all the originals from each show and end it on a high note. Because it's waning. These women are grandmothers. They've been married, divorced, married again, then divorced again. It's just like, how much more? Excuse me. It's like the Kardashians. Like, I love the Kardashians, but good God. It's like watching paint dry. We have exhausted everything about these people for the last 20 fucking years. There's no need to refresh the story. We don't want new girls. We want Teresa, we want Nene, we want Kenya, we want Kyle, we want Lisa Rinna. We want Camille Grammer. We don't want new girls. Y'all have built it to where you can't really bring new people in like that. And if you do bring new people in, it's got to be one or two at a time. It can't be all new people. They did that in New York, and I ain't heard boo about New York. Phaedra Parks going back to motherfucking Housewives of Atlanta. That was desperate. And I bet you she's not getting paid she's not getting paid a dime to go back over there. The way she jumped at the chance to get on Married to Medicine, like, girl, you don't even know them people over there. Like that. Anyway. So, have you guys heard about Trump's nephew? Donald Trump's nephew is writing a book with some not so shocking claims. Hold on here. With some not so shocking claims about his uncle. I'm trying to pull it up. So Fred C. Trump III, the nephew of Donald Trump, has publicly endorsed Kamala Harris. Well, hold on. I'm tired, y'all. Give me a minute. So the book. Okay, so Fred Trump is writing this book about his uncle. I do remember the story that they were talking about where he was talking to Trump about one of his children being special needs, and Trump telling him, just let him die or something to that effect. Don't y'all Republicans find it funny that everybody that has personal contact with this man wants nothing to do with him anymore? Y'all don't find that funny? I mean, they can't all be lying. So anyway, after that announcement was made, and this is not the first family member to come out against Trump. This is not his first family member to come out against him. I remember, was it his aunt or his sister or somebody? His sister. When he was running the last time, she came out and spoke out against him too, and y'all didn't believe her either. But so today, Fred appeared on The View, and he said this after giving his endorsement for Kamala Harris. Let me pull it up here. Oh, my stuff is all bundled up, guys. Okay.
I believe in policy over politics.
Yeah.
And without question, Kamala Harris's policies are what I get behind. So I will be voting for Kamala Harris. And if I'm asked, I will campaign for her without hesitation.
It's interesting that all of these people are coming out and telling the American people what it really is, and people just don't want to listen. And this is the same, this seems to be the running theme, even with the Olympics story that I said about, the Feast of Dionysus and people thinking, the gays are making a mockery of Jesus. Even after you're told what it really is, you still don't want to believe it. His own pick for vice president called him a American Hitler. I'm just saying. Motherfuckers better wake up. Ain't that what Missy Elliott said? Motherfuckers better wake up. Stop selling crack to the blacks. Hope you got a spare for your flat. Can't accept me talking real facts. Ha! Motherfuckers better wake up. It's too many of his family members, his constituents, the people that have worked in his cabinet, that are all telling you that this man is trash, and you just don't want to believe it. And let me be clear, the people that really, those die-hard Trump supporters, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that many of them. It's really not. Anyway, so let's get to the last story, because I gotta go to Walmart before they close. You know what? And let me tell y'all something. Last episode was really, really good, and I enjoyed myself. But y'all made me miss my Bojangles. Girl, I had to go to Burger King. But that double bacon Whopper was good. Anyway, it pains me to talk about this because I love this woman so much, and I think she's so intelligent and she's so spot on. But Amanda Seales, you do not know how to read a room, sis. Baby, you don't know how to read a room. You just don't know how to read a room. So, Amanda Seales. Now, Amanda Seales has been on Funky Dineva's show. And I really enjoy the two of them together. I would love her and Funky Dineva and maybe like Simone Sanders to like do like a TGIF type of a thing every so often, like at least during the election. Because the two of them together are really good, and they might not even need anybody else. She doesn't all the way agree with Kamala Harris. And you know, the things that Kamala Harris stands up for. She has called her out on several occasions. But this time, Amanda, I think you just went a little you just went a little too far. So take a look at the video.
Clips of Kamala Harris
I like to watch
stating
it with you guys.
Things. I don't need politicians to state things. I need politicians to do things. I'm trying to find
the first one.
When I met with Kamala Harris, after she summoned me, I said to her straight up, you talk out two sides of your neck and we don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Kamala Harris who's trying to shut me the fuck up. Because I told her straight up that I feel like she is disingenuous in her messaging. And she said to me, well, you're being too critical. And I said, I am a voter. I'm supposed to be critical. That's my job. And I want to see actions. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Kamala Harris who's trying to shut me the fuck up. Because I told her straight up that I feel like she is disingenuous in her messaging.
Amanda, you have the right to feel how you want to feel. But there's a time to be right, and then there's a time to hunker down with your people. And she's not my favorite either. Kamala Harris was not my favorite until I did my research. And I like her a little bit more after doing my research, but there's still things that she has said that I don't all the way agree with, that I'm still like scratching my head about looking, but that is not going to stop me from voting for her, and it shouldn't stop you from supporting her and getting our people behind her, because the alternative is so much worse than whatever it is that y'all black folks that are against her think that she's going to do to you. I understand the stance on Gaza and Palestine and Israel, and I understand that her stance on it makes people feel away. We also have to remember that this thing between Israel and Palestine has been going on since before Christ. And I don't think you know, it doesn't make it right. But sometimes we have to tune out everybody else for a second and get our shit together. And that's America's problem. We're so worried about what everybody else is doing. We have our own issues here. And how the hell are we going to go and fix somebody else's issues if their issues are vastly becoming our issues? You know? And Amanda, I think, you came for Issa Rae. You came for Essence Magazine. You came for the BET Awards. And now you're going to come after the first possible black female president on social media and then say that she's trying to shut you up. She doesn't have time to try to shut you up, honey. She's got a campaign she's running. She ain't thinking about you. And I don't believe she summoned you either. Now that I don't believe. Amanda. Now, girl. I respect you. You're an intelligent woman, but I just think, sometimes you just got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. You know what the popular opinion amongst black people is, and it's that we going to vote for whoever is going up against Donald Trump. I don't give a fuck if it's George W. Bush. I'm not voting for Trump. And I'm not voting Republican. If they had put George W. Bush on that Democratic ticket over Kamala Harris, I'd have been voting George W. We could watch porn when George W. Bush was in office. We could wear our wigs and our heels and be trans in peace when George W. Bush was in office. Somewhat. He was too busy stealing oil, so he wasn't worried about us. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that. He was too busy leaving niggas on a hot tin roof to be worried about everybody else. He wasn't even worried about them people during Hurricane Katrina, honey. He left them niggas on a hot tin roof, honey. He wasn't worried about nobody but that oil. I shouldn't have said that, oh God. Anyway, Amanda Seales, girl, I think it's over for you. I don't want it to be over for you because you're a voice that black people need, but it's just too radical. And I hate when people tell me, oh, you're too much of something, because that's who you are. But then if that be the case, then sometimes you have to learn to just step away. You have to learn to just step away. And I feel bad for her because, now everybody's going to come for you. You know that. Anyway, guys, I will be back in a few days, hopefully, fingers crossed. And we'll see what else is going on. I love y'all. And by the way, I did not realize that I have done over, I think it's 100 episodes of Jaja's Atelier, even before I started doing it in this format. I have other episodes from 2 years ago. So I'm up to 103 videos. I'm just like, I never thought that my social media journey would take me to YouTube. If it wasn't for my cousin Sophia, I would not be here. She was like, bitch, you need a YouTube because you do a lot of talking. And also my cousin Audrey, shout out to her. If it wasn't for those two, I probably wouldn't even have a YouTube. Like, I probably wouldn't still be doing this, So make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, bitch. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll be back in a few days, hopefully before the weekend is out, because I'm sure it's going to be a whole lot of other shit going on. I love you. Ciao.